Before we start the interview, can you tell more about your company and what you guys do?
Oh, okay. So I am from Lightmix Private Limited. We are a company in Singapore. So we mainly deal in electrical contracting works, electrical engineering, some mechanical engineering. The industry that we work in is a semiconductor industry in Singapore.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll start with my question. Yeah, so first of all, what are the key factors that influence your company's decision to expand into Malaysia? And how did political, economic and cultural conditions shape this decision?
Okay, we wanted to venture into Malaysia last year in 2024. The reason being, back then there was a lot of measures in place by the Malaysian government. They were trying to pull investments into Malaysia, especially in the semiconductor space. Why did we go there? Because we were presented with a few opportunities from our clients, from our customers. They had reached out to us. They told us that they are expanding in Malaysia, so they will need our support over there. So that's the reason why we went there. In terms of political, economic and cultural conditions to shape this decision, I think politically, Malaysia seems to be stabilizing as far as what we can see. So it very much depends on what is their government's focus, where do they want to develop and where do they want to bring their investments in, which industries.
Okay, then can you please share with us how the progress or outcome has been so far, and if there are any aspects of the expansion process that you would like to approach differently? If so, what specific changes would you make?
Okay, so how has the progress been so far? To be very frank, it hasn't been very smooth sailing with the expansion into Malaysia. Reason being, I would factor it into maybe just globally the market for semiconductors had a slowdown, primarily because for Malaysia, the type of semiconductors they ship, that segment had a slowdown. So when they had slowdown, investments stopped coming in, they put the money back. And then with the US side, the US political scene, Donald Trump coming up, he also wants his investments back into US. So with his investments back to US, the investments going to Malaysia decreases. So from there, then we have lesser opportunities over there.
Then is there any aspects would you like to approach differently or change?
Approach differently.
Or do you think you would still use the same expansion process?
Right now, actually, we were in discussions with a few of our customers. They had their projects, they were in the talks. But then because of these macroeconomic factors, the political scene in US, the investments going back to US, so then we had to stop the discussion from there. So what would I have done differently? I think perhaps this stoppage maybe was not a result from us. Maybe it's like from a wider range of factors.
Like unexpected change.
Yeah.
Okay, then on to the next question.
So, what were the most significant unforeseen challenges your company faced during the expansion, like particularly in terms of legal, technological, or social factors, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, so legally wise, unforeseen challenges that we face. Legally wise, it was okay. We had outsourced this setting up the company to this consultant. So from the consultant, then they help us to set up. It's quite smooth sailing from there. Technologically wise, we had not reached to that stage yet. But socially wise, I think I wouldn't really consider maybe socially. I would consider maybe politically wise. The biggest challenge was that the investments had been cut going to Malaysia. Most of it, I would say, went back into the United States because in the semiconductor space, the biggest companies actually they belong to the American companies. So with Trump coming up, Trump wants all of the money back there is to help their own citizens.
Then how do you guys perhaps do anything to overcome this challenge?
For my situation, to be frank, we have to just wait it out. We just have to wait it out because we feel that eventually the investments they may come back. When they come back, then perhaps we are better positioned also because now we got the first step out of the way, which was to set up an entity over there.
Okay, so the next question is, what is your company's specific foreign market entry strategy? So it could be direct investments, joint ventures, franchising, or exporting.
For us, we are more on engineering. So we take up projects. We have our own employees. It will be more on direct investment because if we were to go in there, we will be hiring the locals.
Okay, so what factors, such as the economic or the technological factors, influence this decision, and why do you believe that using investments was the most suitable approach for your company?
Okay. Because for us, we run on projects. So we take projects from our clients. So for us to do these projects, we need to invest some of our capital into the company. Once the company has capital, then we are able to go and procure material, procure labor. And then from there, once we have the labor, we have the material in this supply chain, then we can go ahead to run the projects. So why was it the most suitable approach? I think mainly because of our company's operational model.
So reflecting on the outcome so far, how successful do you think your market entry has been?
How successful has it been? Very honestly speaking, not very successful. the winds have not gone yet, so we're still waiting to tide it through lah.
And are there any unexpected setbacks or challenges that relate to the pastel factors?
Yeah, primarily pastel for P would be political, right? Yeah, so I think primarily the political aspect. These kind of things, I think we can't really change. It's another game, another.
Okay, so looking back, will you approach the expansion process differently? What changes would you make regarding of strategy selection, cultural adaptation, or addressing technological and regulatory challenges?
How would I approach this differently? I think perhaps we could, to improve on the situation, we could perhaps expand more of our outreach to more customers, to more clients, and then from there we can diversify the operation and investments. Maybe instead of relying on just one or two main customers, maybe we can diversify and find more. Yeah.
Do you feel like your original expansion plan was effective, or would you have opted for like other countries instead of Malaysia?
Oh, okay. Malaysia would have been, in theory, the relatively easier market penetration for us. The reason being because for our company structure, majority of our employees are also Malaysians. So from there, we could actually leverage this, maybe I would say legal, that because they were holding on to the Singapore work visa, but they themselves, they are holding on to the Malaysian passport. So it was much easier, we could leverage on these assets to go into the market without much legal bureaucracy, I would say. Maybe those red tape, we could skip out on a lot of those. Yeah. Because if you were to bring a worker to work, say example, a Singaporean to work in Malaysia, it's not so easy. You have to apply the visa. And the visa, there are limitations also as to the duration that you can stay in Malaysia. As compared to if I were to leverage on my Malaysian employees, we were to go there to support the projects, yeah, we wouldn't face such. Yeah.
So do you think the environmental factor of Malaysia is also like a reason why you want to expand into Malaysia?
I think yes. I think it's a combination of a lot of different factors. When we were weighing our options during the management discussion, we found that if there was opportunity, why not? We just give it a try. I think if given the right combination of good things happening at the right time, I think now it will be a different conversation. I will probably perhaps have better answers for you guys.
Yeah, so so your company kind of do like, is it service like the electrical
Yeah.
section, right? So would you say like, would there perhaps be any technological advancement before that service? Perhaps like using more machines or?
Yes, I think now in this time and age, things are rapidly changing. We have to adapt and we have to pick up all of these advances in technology. I think the biggest pickup would definitely be AI. I think AI is, we have to know how to apply this AI. Yeah.
So would you say expanding to Malaysia will help you on improving your technological aspect for your company?
It would be the other way around.
Oh,
It would be using the technological advancements to
help
support my entry into Malaysia.
Okay.
Okay, so like when expanding into Malaysia, right, do you perhaps consider like, do you perhaps do some research and maybe like consider about like the market size, spending power, or like the cost of accessing?
You mean in Malaysia or?
Like when you're going to Malaysia, do you consider like perhaps like how much like the customer, spending power?
Okay. Because of Malaysia's relatively weaker currency, the Malaysian ringgit, Singapore companies going to Malaysia for expansion, we tend to be at a more advantageous position. So spending power wise, also our company, we have been standing for the past 27 years. We've been here for a long time. So our financials are in good books. When we go to Malaysia, I think it will be more of an expansion that we want to try. Market size. Just now you mentioned about market size. So market size wise, Malaysia is very big. Malaysia is very big. So you have the East Malaysia and then you have the West Malaysia. So West Malaysia will be the places that you all commonly know, like JB, KL, Penang. But East Malaysia, I think maybe perhaps not many people are familiar. East Malaysia will be like Sarawak, these places. So because Malaysia is in a very interesting position for the semiconductor industry. If you all have the time, you can go and look it up. They are one of the world's biggest supplier for, I can't remember off the top of my head, for one of the semiconductor segments. So I think their market share will be about 30% for the whole world. Yeah, so it's quite big. Yeah. We did put this into consideration when we wanted to enter into Malaysia.
So like to just sum it up, you considered like when considering to going to Malaysia, you considered the investment opportunities, then you considered your workforce, right, and how it would be easier to integrate into Malaysia instead of other countries, and then lastly, it'll be about, because Malaysia is like one of the biggest semiconductor suppliers, and that is market size very big, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So because Malaysia is such a big country, do you think that there are a lot of like highly skilled workforce there to help you in your company? Because you say you want employees from Malaysia. Yeah. So do you think there'll be enough skilled people there to help you? Is that one of the reasons why you expanded there also?
We will be interested to find. I believe, based on the history, as a big player in the semiconductor field, 30% market share for one of the segments, there should be existing resources, skilled workers, resources over there already. So we will be interested to go and find.
Oh,
Yeah.
So does this also apply to like the natural resources and like the raw materials that is already in?
Okay, raw materials wise, we don't really involve in raw materials. Yeah.
Okay.
Raw materials wise, it will be further down the supply chain.
Okay.
Because we are nearing the
manufacturing.
Yeah, we're nearing the manufacturing top
Okay.
further up the supply chain.
Okay. So, but does the resource ability help you to like plan your supply chain?
Yeah, I think Malaysia definitely there will be abundance of resources. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there will be no issue over there.
Okay, and you mentioned like how because you're Singapore based, is it that's why you have like a competitive advantage to other companies in Malaysia? Is it?
It depends. Our competitive advantage as compared to Malaysia firms, it really is about, because in our field, it really is about the quality of work, and as well as the safety aspect, because we are running projects engineering services.